floor, and even the ceiling of the temple were completely covered with bones. I do not presume to say whose bones these are, but thousands of human skulls gave hints that they were hardly the bones of dogs or deer. The seemingly unremarkable, abandoned temple turned out to be a real crypt, in whose walls thousands of victims of an unfortunate fate were imprisoned. The light of the moon dimly illuminated the tomb through the stained glass windows, which were covered with a layer of moss, snow, and green coating. It made its way here in order to give me at least a little peace in this difficult hour. For the 5th day I wander around this temple. Here, deep in the taiga, I was lucky to get lost. What kind of a hunter am I if I don't remember the way home? Apparently terrible. But the fact of the matter is that I clearly follow my own guidelines, the red handkerchiefs that I left in case I got lost. Local hunters warned me that the places here were dead, and dissuaded me from going on such a risky journey. But clouded by a thirst for adventure and replenishing the collection of rare furs, I did not listen to them. My happiness knew no bounds when, after a day of wandering, I came across an abandoned building that looked like a church. Entering inside, through the massive front door, I immediately realized that in front of me was by no means a holy place. Oh, if I had listened to my intuition then, on the pass, when the dead came to me in my dreams and, carrying bags behind me in which the bones groaned, they moved their heads from side to side, as if asking me not to do what I had planned. If I knew where my stubbornness would lead me, I would never take a step into these Siberian, God-forsaken places. My gun gave me confidence. For lack of normal sleep, all night I sat among the bones with a gun at the ready, listening to every rustle. On the 4th day of such a watch, it began to seem to me that the skulls on the walls were whispering something to me. But having driven away these thoughts, I was still able to fall asleep soundly. I don't know if I can still stretch here without losing my mind, because even during the day, when I go out into the street, I feel an ominous look from somewhere deep in the forest. Trees, whose growth hides their tops, do not let the rays of the sun through, and therefore even during the day it is dark as at night. It would seem that in such Siberian winter winds, the forest should rustle its usual melody. But damn the local nature, not a single rustle. It was as if all life had been sucked out of this place. A couple of times I heard how deaf blows to the drum were heard from somewhere in the distance, but considering how quiet it is here, it is easy to assume that even a simple crack of trees can be easily confused with a woodpecker. Something bad is lurking in these places. I feel it with my own skin. The temple that protected me from frost and wild animals was by no means a one-room penthouse. Near the huge rotten wooden cross, which stood near the largest window, there was an entrance to the dungeon, from where it smelled terribly of rotten meat and cold. I had absolutely no desire to go down there. And what is the point of this research when the question is how to hold out for at least another day and try to get out of the trap again? Every day I tried to walk along the red scarves tied around the trees, but apparently someone decided to play a trick on me, because every time I went out to the bone house, as I began to call it, and the funny thing is, the shawls seemed to change their position. Wandering here for more than 8 days, I remembered the location of each of them once, but the next day, as if by magic, they were in completely different places. I don't believe in spirits, but I have to. The worst thing is that my food supplies are running out, since I took more than matches, and the flint in store just in case. They give me hope that I will not die from the cold, but still. This silence presses on me more and more every day. Sometimes I wake up at night from nightmares and immediately start singing in order to make sure once again that I'm not deaf. Another week and I'll definitely go crazy here.